What up? What up, everyone? How you doing today?
Hey everyone, happy
It
Thursday.
is Thursday. Yes, it is. I am Ron,
And I'm
and
Angela,
this is Chatter
chatter
of
of
Opinion.
opinion.
So today we are going to talk about the difficulties, the stressors of deciding where to go out to eat as a couple or a family. For some reason, it's
Yes.
just so difficult for us to decide exactly what we are or where we're going to eat as a family or where we're going to eat, period, especially on the weekends. Every Friday, we decide to go get something to eat and whatnot, but we cannot decide for the life of us or come to a decision on where we want to eat. Why is that so difficult?
I think there's a variety of reasons. So let's get down to it.
Well, let's
No?
get well. What you mean a variety of reasons? It should be easy,
No.
especially when you're hungry. If you're hungry, you should be able to decide what you want to eat or where you want to go.
If you're one person deciding, but if you're two different people,
Okay.
yeah, like I said, there's a variety of reasons.
There are. So if you guys have if you want to chime in, make sure that you reach out, you chime in through the chat, or you can give us a call at 505-528-4504, which is listed on the board here. But we are straight talking about the difficulties of deciding where to eat on the weekends or
And
period.
yeah, and why you can't come to a
Why
conclusion
you
on where
can't
to
come
go.
to a conclusion. So I'm gonna kick it off. I'm gonna go with
Okay.
the first reason, in my opinion, is cravings. A
Okay.
difficult in cravings. Like you might crave something totally different than what I crave. Like period. Like
Uh,
all day. Like here's me. Now hear me out. I see a commercial on TV,
okay.
right? And I see something that looks delicious. I say to myself, tomorrow I'm going there,
Okay.
right? However, if it comes to two people and me deciding where we want to go, 9 times out of 10, you don't want to go to the place I said I wanted to go, and already know this. So
Okay.
my craving is totally different than your craving.
I would agree with cravings, but I also think, and this is based off us, but I think a lot of other couples may have this issue, is we have different, sometimes health concerns with food. Like we eat differently. You may need more carbs and you're fine with eating greasy foods, and I'm not. I think about chocolate and I could gain weight. Whereas you, what was it? Eat a salad for a couple days and you lose 10 pounds. So that could also be a thing. Or an allergy for some people. Some people, maybe you're craving a certain thing, but your significant other could be allergic to ketchup. Like it,
You ain't
I'm
gonna have
just
ketchup
saying.
on your
I'm
stuff.
just saying. I'm just throwing it out there.
You act like you going to the ketchup
So
restaurant. You ain't going to
yes,
a ketchup restaurant. You can take the ketchup off of it.
so yes, I agree with the whole cravings things, but
Well,
I think that there's other.
and here's one of the reasons why I say cravings could be an issue because when it comes to you, you will straight up say, "Hey, I'm craving a good burger,"
Okay.
and I say, "Okay, where you want to go?" I don't know. What you mean you don't know? If you're craving a good burger, what do you mean you don't know where? And on top of that, your taste
My
or your
palate is different than yours.
right, your idea of a good burger is not my idea of a good
Tell them
burger.
what you always say about me. That
Uh,
I like what?
I don't know what is it.
Diet dirt.
Oh yeah, your food just tastes like you said. What is that? Freddy's or whatever it's called.
Freddy's.
Freddy's burger. I don't, and I'm not knocking Freddy's. I'm just saying that patty is so thin. I don't even think it's a regular beef patty. That's a fatty,
A
a beef.
fatty.
That's a beef. That's some fake beef. Or you'll say, I want a good burger. Then you want to go down the street to Grass Burger. That is
Yeah,
not a good
because
burger.
it's healthier.
Oh my gosh. Are we talking healthy or are we talking
It's
delicious?
grass fed meat.
Exactly. So our cravings might be a lot different from each
Yes,
other. That's why we can't decide on where to go. You
I
might be
agree.
craving a burger, and then I'm craving like tacos or something like that. I don't
Okay,
know. I don't
cravings are
know.
different. I agree.
Right.
Okay.
So let's go to the next one, which would be menu variety. Right.
Okay.
Sometimes you like to go to some of these healthy joints,
I do.
and the menu is whack.
For you, yes.
Like the menu
I'm
got
all
like
for it. And he's like,
it's
there's
got
not many options
right
for
10
me.
things on the menu. One is some pita bread with some diet grass on top of it and a spread of jalapeno sauce or some crap like that to give it some flavor. No, I am not going to agree to go to some place where the menu is like weak, it's short.
Okay. Or you could have people like Crystal Baird or myself, and you go to like a Cheesecake Factory, and the menu's so large that you can't even make a decision. So it's
Okay.
overwhelming.
I'd rather a lot of decisions
Or
versus
yeah, but
minimal.
menus sometimes are just so overwhelming that you just can't decide, and then you get overwhelmed, and then it turns into anxiety, and then it's like I don't even want to go anymore.
No, if you can't decide
reals.
what to eat, you ain't hungry.
Yes, I am,
Nah,
but
you are not
I don't want
hungry
to have an anxiety attack just to choose my food.
because it got
Anyways.
too much stuff on the menu.
Yeah, it's a lot. It can be. I really
No.
think Cheesecake Factory is like very overwhelming.
It can be, but then again, when you go to places like the Cheesecake Factory, if you've been there before, you probably get the same things all the
No, because
time.
I like to try stuff. You like to get the same thing.
Oh, if I'm
He's
hungry,
a creature of habit.
if I'm hungry, I'm sticking to the
Yes,
same
not me.
menu.
I have a well-rounded palate. Ron is a meat and potato guy. He's not adventurous at all. I am. And so, yeah, I will try different things.
I'll try different things in the same category, though. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be trying, all this off the wall stuff just because people say it's popular. That's just not me.
And I do. I'm all for it.
Nah. The
Okay,
next
what's
one would be
next?
what?
Size of meal. Oh yeah,
Oh.
size of meals. Normally it's not enough food for this guy because he
Oh.
eats a lot.
Yes.
I don't really eat a lot, and so I would be fine with mac and cheese as my
Nah.
meal.
Pass. Hard pass.
Or something like small, a salad. I could do a salad, and he's like, "That's not enough."
No.
Tacos. They normally come in like 3. He needs 6.
Yeah, I'm the type of person. I'm by no means like a big person, like unhealthy or fat or anything of that nature. But going to some of these restaurants, when it comes to the size of the meals, is just not beneficial for me. I will say, not knocking Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Okay.
I just can't go to Chick-fil-A because one combo meal is not enough. So I end up getting 2 combo meals. Or if I go to Taco Cabana, for instance, they only have like 3 tacos. I eat about 6 tacos for me to be full. So by the time I spend my money on 2 meals from Chick-fil-A, and
I was waiting for
whatever,
him to say money because
right.
if you know Ron, you know Ron. He ain't paying for 2 Chick-fil-A sandwiches because it's too expensive for him.
I might as well go and sit down and and eat a meal for $20 that I really want to eat versus spending $20 on some Chick-fil-A. That's how I see it. Keith Tribble said, Chick-fil-A isn't enough. No, it's not enough. Chick-fil-A is good. I'll give Chick-fil-A their props.
It's enough for me, Keisha. He just eats a lot.
It's good. But they burgers or whatnot, that's like a kid's meal for me.
They don't have burgers at Chick-fil-A.
Well, the chicken burgers or whatever,
sandwiches.
Spicy chicken sandwich or whatever, it's like a kid's meal for me. I got to get down with mine. If I paid for 2 meals, I might as well go sit at Ruth Chris or something like that. I ain't gonna sit at Chick-fil-A and eat $20 worth of food at Chick-fil-A.
There's a big difference between Ruth Chris and Chick-fil-A.
Nah, big difference.
You're a little dramatic about that.
You're still coming out the pocket. You're still coming out the pocket. It's not like Chick-fil-A is cheap.
And he also gave Taco Cabana because I like Taco Cabana because they have the 3 street tacos. It's like perfect. I don't need anything else. I don't need sides. 3 street tacos. We're good. No, not enough for him.
Keisha says I'm a fatty. Not a fatty. I just got to get down with mine. If I'm gonna go eat, let me eat. You know what I mean? And at Taco Cabana, 3 street tacos is only gonna piss me off. I need to get down with mine. 3 else because that's not enough food for me. Yeah. I'm just saying.
I agree. All right, next one. Distance from the house.
Oh,
This is one
major.
of the major for this guy.
Major.
In Albuquerque, we have what's called the east side of town and the west side of town. Well, there's 4 sides of town, but we call it northeast and northwest side of town. And
Right.
once we cross the bridge back to our side of town, it's very hard to get him to go back to the
Yes.
other side.
Because I work on the east side of town, which is across the Rio Grande here in Albuquerque. The
That
only
just
time
makes
I
it
go,
seem further than what it
well,
really is.
well, it's about
Come
30
on now.
minutes.
It's not. It's 20 minutes,
Stop lying.
if less.
The only time that I go back across that bridge
Is
is
when
when I
I
go
make
to
you.
work. Oh yeah, I have
Plans with other
Yes,
people. But
yeah,
if it's
yeah.
just us, he's like, no,
No.
I'm not going.
because for one, you get off, you come home, it takes you 30 minutes to get home, right?
Yeah.
Then you decide where you want to go. You got to drive 30 minutes back across the Rio Grande. Traffic in Albuquerque is hideous,
No,
right?
not
yes,
all
it
the
is.
time.
Traffic in Albuquerque is hideous, right?
Okay. Think of where Californians, Texans, like it's way worse.
But
so
I
you
don't
can't use
live in
that.
California or Texas. I live in Albuquerque.
Anyways, yes.
So it's
Distance
ridiculous.
is an issue for this
Right.
guy.
So then if I get over there, then I eat, I'm gonna have that itis to begin with. And then on top of that, I'm gonna have at least a Teddy Brewski. I'm gonna have me a beer. So then now I'm tired. Then I gotta drive all the way back home.
Yeah, and that's if
Wow.
we're eating. Well, even if we're, especially if we're just grabbing food, he will not go.
Right.
If we sit down and eat, he may go, but he's going to complain about it. But that brings us to the next one. So why don't you say the next one? Because the distance, if we have to go pick up food and bring it back, the distance has an issue with the next one, which is
so
what?
the next one is my food can't be cold.
Mm.
If I go pick something up, there's no way I'm driving it all the way back home and then I got to warm it up. There's no way. Fresh food or food that you get from the restaurant is intended to be at the restaurant, you know what I mean? Or a short distance. Like some of your stuff is crispy. So if you have to come home and put it in the microwave and it's all soggy,
Or your bread is soggy.
right, then I
from-
got to reheat it. Certain foods are not good reheated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hence why I will never go to a taco joint and get some tacos to bring home.
He will make us he'll ask what it depending on what it is, will determine if he wants to eat there or pick up or not get it at all, because if we're picking up, by the time we get home it'll be cold, soggy, whatever.
Yes.
So that's another issue.
It can't be cold or it can't be soggy. Or if I warm it up, it can't change the texture. I want it the original in the original phase, period. So that's my thing. I don't mind going to pick up stuff, but I can't bring it back and have to reheat it. I got to eat it right away.
I'm just gonna put it out there right now. It seems like we're on top reason 5. A lot of the issues are his and not mine.
I'm just saying. That's why
I've
we
just had a
can't-
realization, people. He's the issue.
I am not the
me.
issue. I
You
am
are
not
the issue.
I'm just saying.
All right, last one.
I just don't care for the place that you choose. You be choosing, you know what? Look. I don't care what you guys say. If it comes down to she has to choose, one of the places is going to be a sandwich place.
God,
We do not.
You know what? If Zaylen was listening right now, he would agree with you.
Oh
'cause
my God.
he says till this day he'd hate sandwiches because of me.
Sandwich. Like Panera. We got to go to like Panera Bread or what is another sandwich
What's
spot?
that one that always has to do with weed joints? What's the
With what?
sandwich place that we like?
Joints.
Yeah, like it's about cannabis and all of that. If Pat were here, he would know. The one I like over there by the mall. The sandwich place.
Oh, right by the assault yard.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I can't remember what the name of that spot is.
I can't think what it's called.
Yeah. But you know what? That sandwich spot, when you get it, I get like a hot sandwich. When I come home, it's not really cold. You know what I mean? I can still get down on it.
Chiva Hut.
Chiva Hut. That's it. Chiva Hut. If you're in Albuquerque, they got pretty good sandwiches. But
Very good. They
if
just
I'm
need one closer to us so we can get them.
if I'm hungry, a sandwich is the last spot. The place I'm
Satisfies
trying to
me
get.
because
No.
it's still light, and I'm not one for like greasy or like heavy foods. I like more lighter foods, and I don't need a lot.
But if you want a sandwich, you can eat that at the house.
Sometimes I don't want to make it. Sometimes like my mom would make the best sandwich and I just couldn't match it.
I just
Some people just make them better.
When it comes to decisions, some of the places that you choose are just not my thing. For instance,
Oh God, I didn't know you were going to bring it up.
One of your favorite spots to go to is the Melting Pot.
All right.
Wait,
I want people to chime in because a lot of people like the Melting Pot like I do because it's not necessarily always about the food.
Let me explain the Melting Pot for those that don't know what the Melting Pot is. The Melting Pot is this place that you pay for the ambiance. The atmosphere, top notch. Okay. Just be prepared to have a conversation with your significant other because that's all you're going to be doing is talking, whether it's positively or negatively on either what's going on.
I'm sorry, but as much as you're spinning at the Melting Pot, it better not be a negative conversation.
I'm just saying, you're gonna get your conversation in. Now, what they do is you order your meats, your raw meats, right? Then they give you like four skewers
yes.
a person. After you get your raw meat, you got to put a little bit of this meat on your skewer.
On each skewer.
And stick it in a boiling pot of water for about 2 to 3 minutes.
It's not water. It's like chicken stock or
it doesn't,
beef stock.
Whatever
or
it
wine.
Is,
yeah.
Whatever it is. You stick your meat in this boiling water for 2 or 3 minutes. One little piece of meat now. You don't stick your whole steak on there. You stick one little piece of meat.
And maybe that's why I like it because it's like just enough food. To me, by the time you get from the beginning of the meal to the dessert, you're full. And then it does take you a long time to eat. So then you're digesting your food.
You ain't full. You still hungry. You just so hungry that you can't eat no more because you waiting to boil this freaking piece of meat for 4 minutes in some water.
I think that's where I want to go for my birthday.
Oh,
so be prepared.
God. That is nuts. It's ridiculous.
My birthday, not yours, so that's where I want to go.
It is hideous. This freaking boiling, what is it called? The Melting Pot.
Yes, awesome.
Like I said, you stick a little piece of meat on 4 skewers, so you got 4 little pieces of meat
at a time
sticking inside some water. So you take that off, and then you got to put 4 more pieces of meat.
Anyways, moving on. Yeah. All right. So we have Angelique says, I'm starting to get more picky with eating out.
Okay.
Food is too expensive to be like, I'll deal with it. That's a good point. Yeah, because we're paying more and yeah.
But do you pay more to go out or do you pay more for the food in the store though?
Ooh, that's another.
Yeah, because food in the store right now
is just as expensive.
Yeah, but here's the problem with it.
But I think what she's saying is if you go out, as expensive as it is, it needs to be good. No,
right. I can understand that. However, when you stay in, it could still be an argument on what you want to, or undecided on what you want to eat when you stay in.
Yeah.
Like who's cooking what? Yeah. What do we have? This, that, and the other. Blah, blah, blah. So that could be a little difficult as well. But I agree.
And then Keisha says, I'm with you, Ron. I am not a fan and leave more frustrated than when I arrived.
Thank you. And hopefully you was talking about the Melting Pot.
Yeah, she was.
Because she did come here, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that Melting Pot was not the lick. You know what I mean?
Good job, Keisha. You didn't say anything negative when we were there. So
that's right. To me, it's just like that teppanyaki place or whatever when they cook your meat. I mean, the veggies and then your noodles and then your meat. No, cook everything at one time. We don't need to take our time.
We went a couple weeks ago to a Teppan and Ron's like, I don't want to sit at the grill. I want all my food at once.
At one time. And it was still cold when they brought it out. So whatever. So here are some of the things that you can possibly do to avoid the argument when it comes to deciding. Yeah,
and some of these we do, and we have come to realize that they've helped to minimize, not eliminate, but minimize the fight.
She just said she'd been there. She was definitely a trooper. Yeah,
you were, Keisha. Thank you.
Things that you can do to minimize the fight or to help you decide what it is that you can do to speed up the process on the decision making.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
The first one is both choose like 2 or 3 places, and then you guys decide out of the total. If you guys have 2 places, you got 4 total, or 3 places, 6 total, and you decide out of the total on where you want to go as a couple.
Okay.
Right? You give your reasons why, like, hey, yeah, this sounds pretty good. We haven't been there in a minute. All right, let's go to this place. You
Yes.
see what I'm saying? So each person is responsible to come up with 2 or 3 things.
Yes, because the decision doesn't fall on one person, and the final decision is like a combined effort.
And you never know if you come up with 2 things or 3 things, and I come up with 2 or 3 things.
Oh,
we might
both
come up
might
with
have the same spot.
Yeah,
That's
the same
happened
spot,
to us.
right?
No?
So then we'll
Yeah.
just decide to go to the same spot. Easy peasy. The second one is place all your local restaurants in a hat and just choose from the hat. However, when you choose,
That's
that's
where you're
it.
going.
It's a
Ooh,
wrap.
you know what? We should do that, period. Just like put a jar or something, not a hat, but a jar that we can keep, and just put a crap load of local restaurants, and then just leave that jar. And anytime we want to go grab or go out to eat, we just pick from there. That's a good idea.
Yeah, until
We
we
don't
get
do that
sandwich
one, but
spots,
we
it's
may
like 2 or
start.
3 times in a row, or the melting pot. Then I'm gonna be hot.
Well, it's a luck of the draw, buddy.
Okay. The third one is take turns picking. The other can decide. The person that
Doesn't.
doesn't
Yeah. So we
pick-
do this. Like I'll say, okay, I'm gonna give you 3 choices, and then he has to pick from those 3 choices.
Right. And then the other person could be like, okay, I'm picking this and I want to eat there, or I want to go grab it to come home.
Yes.
You know, you pick the 3 restaurants out, or you pick a restaurant or 2, and then I'll decide if I want to eat there
Yes.
or not, or bring it home.
And if I give him 3 options and neither of those sound good, then he has to come up with one himself. I'm normally the easier one. So if he comes up with another one, I'm like, okay.
Cool.
Yeah, see? That's why it works, because I'm the one who always gives in. Yes.
Ooh, that's a lie. That's a
Okay,
lie.
next one.
Next one is pick up from different places. Like we had
We do
talked
this
about
too.
earlier, where you have cravings. You might be craving something totally different from
Yeah.
me, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we got to go to the same place.
Especially if we're picking up. If we're sitting down, of course, that's hard. Maybe variety would be best.
Right.
But like
If-
Cheesecake Factory, because they have such a big menu. But yes, if you're just picking up, you can go to like a certain area or vicinity and then
Right. Let's
each
say
go
you,
to your own place. Like
Yeah.
I normally will pick Panera.
and then next Panera here we have like a
Lotta
Lotta Burger
Burger.
or Chick-fil-A
You won't
or
do
Wendy's
Chick-fil-A.
down the street or
Wendy's,
something
yeah.
like that. So we don't necessarily have to
Yeah.
go to
No,
the same spots.
especially if you're picking up. You really don't.
As long as it's in the same area, because I'm not
Yes.
trying to drive clear across town to pick up some nonsense.
There's the distance thing.
I'm just saying.
But yes, so it's a little bit more of a compromise.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. Angelique said, "Ooh, I like that idea with a hat or a
A
jar."
jar, yeah.
Yes, I think it might work out.
It works. If you make the decision, no matter what you pick out that jar, you have to go, then that would work.
Yeah.
It would definitely work. The next one would be just someone makes a choice. Like I'm not even gonna give you a choice. Like, hey, we're going here at this time. Let's just make it work.
Can I tell you that to me, that's like the hottest thing to me?
Yeah, because you don't have to
He
choose.
just, yeah, well, I make decisions at work all day long. For reals. And so for me to come home and him be like, babe, we're going out to eat. Get ready. We're going in 30 minutes. We're going here. All right, let's go. You
Yeah,
know?
but I like that too. It just don't have to be no sandwich spot. You should know what it is or where it is that I like to go.
Yeah, if I'm doing it as like more of a date night thing.
No, period. You should know. When you make the decision, you should not be thinking about yourself. You should be thinking about everyone that's
I
involved.
know, but when I think of you, it's places I can't eat.
Yeah, a sandwich spot or this, that, and the other where they do serve that diet dirt. Don't nobody want
It's
that. I
not
want to get
diet
down on
dirt.
mine with mine. See what I'm saying?
I,
Yeah, but somebody just make the decision. Like the other day, I just said, let's go to what was that Mexican joint? Los
Yes,
Cortez.
Los Cuartes,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's just do it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to spend 30, 40 minutes trying to decide where to go.
But I've done that too. And I was so proud of myself. I came home and I'm like, babe, let's go eat here. And he's like, okay. And then we're in their car. I'm like, didn't you like that I just picked a place?
But it was a place that benefited me too. A lot of times you'd be like, let's go to Jason's Deli. No, I don't want to go to Jason's Deli. Damn it. No. Choose a spot that you know I'm going to enjoy too.
Let's see. Angelique says, what about Firehouse or Jersey Mike's for sandwiches? Yum.
Okay, Firehouse is bomb.
Bomb.
And I like the Gargantuan, thanks to my father, from
Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's.
Worst
I'll
place
get down on
ever.
that.
I'm sorry, but who agrees with me? Jimmy John's has no flavor in their food whatsoever. There is no flavor in that sandwich.
Jimmy John's is good.
Okay. You just like it because of the size.
Maybe I
Right.
get filled up and it doesn't taste bad.
But
you know
it
what I mean?
tastes like diet cardboard.
It does not. Can't taste no worse than Panera. See what
No.
I'm saying?
Panera at least has flavor.
All right, whatever.
What's that face for, Keisha?
I don't know what Keisha face is. Last but not least, just make a decision to stay at home. Like
Yeah,
stay at
keep
home
your
and-
butt at home if it's a constant
Right.
fight.
If you can't decide where to go, just stay home and cook something from the house. Like, period. That can turn into something too, because it's like,
Okay, well, what do we want cook?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't really want to cook. Or, oh, we don't have an ingredient. Do I have to go to the store?
right.
That's a whole different
Or
podcast.
I know
but-
you like sometimes you'd be like, I'll say, hey, let's go here or here. And you'd be like, no. And then all of a sudden you'd be like, well, I'll just find something here at the house. What? How I'm gonna go get something and
Okay.
then you here starve.
Well, like I told you about the anxiety, sometimes just at the end of the day, I don't even want to think. So if I'm having to think that hard for where to go,
You ain't hungry.
then I am hungry, but I'll just eat a sandwich.
No, because
Or-
then you're over there starving,
or
eating this sandwich, nasty
Something
sandwich.
simple.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, see, Keisha said Jimmy John's is great.
Oh,
yes, Jimmy
gosh.
John's is great. You see what I'm saying? It's delicious.
Agreed. I like Jimmy John's, but I have been disappointed before and it was flavorless.
Oh, Angelique, she don't know good sandwiches. But yes, that's the last thing is to try to find something at the house to avoid the argument and to get your food you eat.
Okay,
on.
but sometimes going out is the fun part. So hopefully some of our suggestions will help you guys decide a little easier and not cause a fight to where by the end of the night you're not even talking to
Yeah,
each other because
Yeah,
you're so irritated with each other.
you go to bed hungry like that. If I go there one more time, I'm gonna choke my damn self. No, but yeah, those are some of the things that we fall into where it comes from the cravings, the sizes of the meals, the distance from the house. We find it difficult. We sit here for a while trying to figure out where we are going to eat, which is not good.
Look, we have a few I missed because
Okay.
I was in the comments, not in the live chat.
Go ahead.
What's in that red cup from Tamra?
In the red cup, I have Jack and Coke today.
I
Jack and
have,
Coke.
it's not a red cup, but what am I drinking? A Thai tea that I made at home. Crystal says that's a good idea. Put all the restaurants in a jar and pick, right? I think we're going to do that. I think that is a
Yeah.
good idea. Y'all do pick up from different places often. We do because our palates are different. We're just so
Yes.
different. So
Yes.
yes, I agree.
And it satisfies both of us.
Willie, what's up, Willie? He says, yo, so maddening. Not sure why it has to be so difficult. Decide on type of food and then narrow it down.
Yeah, but
Oh,
the
that's a
type
good
of,
one.
But if you decide on
If
the
it's
type
a
of
genre.
food, you're gonna say sandwich. No.
Okay, enough with the sandwiches. Is Zaylin commenting on your stuff?
No. Christina
right.
says she's never been to Jimmy John's. You should try it out, Christina. Try Jimmy John's out.
No, don't do it, Christina. Yeah,
But yeah,
it's not impressive.
let's say you say Asian, and then we're like, okay, you want to go to what, not Olive Garden, what's Rose Garden, or do you want to go to this spot or whatnot? You see what I'm saying? Is that what he's saying? Decide what you want and just narrow it down from there.
Decide on type of food.
Right. You could say like Asian food, Chinese
Yeah,
food.
or a burger, and then pull the different burger places. Yeah.
Right. Right.
All right. And then Megan Valdez says Anastasia will put down some Jimmy John's.
Oh, see? Jimmy John's is it. I'm telling you, Jimmy John's is the lick.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, I caught up on that.
Yes. So that's the deal. You just have to put it out there on and try to agree. Even if sometimes you just don't want to go there, you just have to try to agree on something, because it can turn into an argument, a big deal when it comes to trying to figure out what you actually want to eat when it shouldn't. You know what I mean? Which a lot of times when we are not deciding, or we can't decide on where to go, we end up going to the same places over and over again.
See, and I'd prefer not. Like, I even like Google and try to like look up places, but he is right. I'll give you that much. I look at places that I like,
that are healthy.
that are
And believe it or not, guys, I do not eat healthy like on the weekends. Shoot.
No.
Healthy is the last thing I'm trying to eat.
And I still have to eat healthy.
I don't. If they had a box of grease, I'll eat the box of grease as long as it's flavored. You know what I mean? I don't have to eat healthy on the weekends. I just don't do it. I want to enjoy myself. So that's how that works. But
let's see.
Russian roulette with the list of food places.
Oh yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, it's crazy when it comes to when you list a bunch of places. Like I said, the big thing is you have to make the decision if you pull or you whatever.
Because what if you choose and for whatever reason you're not in the
mood
for that? But yeah, I think you should stick to it. Angelique also said that's called being hangry. Yeah. And then I had Jack and Sprite.
Oh. Yes.
Do you do Jack and Sprite? I don't
feel like you normally do Jack. Yeah. So I bought this big handle of Jack. So I was like, let me get down on it real quick. So yes. So is that it for us? Those are some of the things to try to help you out. And there's some of the reasons why we cannot just get it together when it comes to deciding where to go. And this is every Friday.
Oh my God. We don't eat out a lot. And so Fridays is normally our eat out place because it's the end of the week. We've been working all week. We really don't want to come home and cook. And we are creatures of habit. So we normally meal prep and then we eat the same food all week. So by Friday, we don't want to really eat that food we've been eating all week.
Correct.
And so Friday is our eating out day.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you got all day to think about what you want to eat. Don't wait to get home to decide where we're going to go.
If I happen to talk to him like on Friday, he'll be like, it's your turn to choose. So start thinking about it.
Yes. We got all day to do some research.
Yeah. So.
And don't think about no freaking sandwich spot. You got all day. You think about a sandwich spot? No.
So if anyone ever wants to meet up with me, sandwich spot or melting pot, call me, call your girl.
Because those two are not. That's
clearly
not what I'm trying to do.
I don't have a date for that. I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. We had a lot of fun. This was a fun one.
Yeah, very fun.
Because we're not hangry right now.
not at all. I do need to eat.
Yeah.
But I'm not hangry.
But hopefully we were able to give you some tips on ways to minimize the fights.
Yes. And make some decisions. Just be accepting of whatever it is that you guys got going on, no matter if it's choosing from a glass or a jar or a hat or whatever, taking turns. Yeah. Just make sure that you are receptive to the other person, and also stick to your guns. If you guys decide to do that, pull from whatever.
Stick to it, because then something you really want will eventually come up, maybe.
And keep the other person in mind when you're making the decision. It's not all about you. We all hungry, not just you. So keep the other person in mind as well.
I'll work on that, babe.
All right. Until next time, I thank you guys for joining us. This is Chatter of Opinion.
Thanks, guys.
If you have missed this episode or want to see our previous episodes, they are uploaded on YouTube
Yes.
under Chatter of Opinion. So make sure that you go check that out. We really appreciate your support. Weekend is coming up, and I hope you guys have a blessed one. Stay safe.
Peace.
Later.